Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VCW Tidings of Destruction. And wait a minute, here comes Big Phil Brown. And for the first time in a while, he's not seconded by the World Tag Team Champions Assault and Battery and The Reason.
Well, Assault and Battery have a match later in the night I'm sure they're getting ready for. And from what I've heard, The Reason actually is snowed in. Couldn't get here tonight.
Very interesting turn of events. The Reason looking to make a big impact on VCW Tidings of Destruction. Doesn't look like he's going to have the opportunity, but definitely look for big things in 2010 for The Reason.
Oh, without question. I think his star is rising faster than almost anyone else in VCW. Though I wonder how Phil is going to be affected by not having his three compadres out here with him.
You got to think the way Phil Brown's operated over the last couple of months, he's going to be almost relying on those guys. But in the same sense, Phil Brown is one of the most storied veterans in VCW. He's held multiple world titles, multiple tag titles. He's almost the MVP of VCW, so you got to think Phil could probably adapt to any situation.
Oh, I'm sure he can. And his opponent, Landon Thomas, on the hot streak of his career, has won 3 consecutive matches, holding singles victories over Ray Storm, Jimmy Cicero, and a tag team victory with Preston Quinn over Storm and Cicero.
And you got to think Landon Thomas here, looking for that big number 4 win in a row, would do wonders for not only his career here, but definitely his opportunity to really get a shot at a title. Landon Thomas really has toiled since he's been in VCW, never really had a legitimate shot. A victory over Phil Brown, I can almost guarantee you Landon Thomas has big things in store for him.
Now, if you remember, last time we were in this building, actually, Landon Thomas had a world title match against then champion Cusick, but it didn't go so well for Landon Thomas.
Indeed, it did not. Landon Thomas, definitely one of the fastest, most athletic, most exciting young talents in VCW, and you got to think he always has the crowd behind him. If LT can get some momentum, possibly hit a couple big moves, that opportunity for the upset is there. Because don't forget, Storm and Cicero, both guys much larger than LT.
And we are, of course, in LT's hometown, and like you said, you never know what that crowd's going to do for him.
Indeed, so LT here in Va Beach, looking to get the crowd behind him here. A David versus Goliath type matchup. Big Phil Brown taking on Landon Thomas here at Tidings of Destruction.
And you think that for Landon Thomas, he really has to stick with his strategy. Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. Because if Phil Brown catches him, you figure it can't last long.
Look at Phil here almost mocking Landon Thomas out of the gates, trying to use his size and strength to intimidate LT, and I don't think LT's going to back down.
No, credit to LT, he's standing toe-to-toe with him. I don't know if it's good to be within Phil's wingspan like that, but I give LT credit for the bravery.
Oh, look at the pie face by Phil Brown to start things off. Just showing Landon Thomas who's boss. And Phil Brown won another one, and that's not going to sit too well with Landon Thomas.
Just disrespectful, it really is.
Phil Brown definitely not showing many people respect over the last few months here. He goes for a big right hand, and Thomas firing away with some kicks here in the early going. Phil's going to catch him, spin him around, and LT nails him with a kick, takes Phil off his feet.
Very impressed there by Landon Thomas. Like I said, move quick, stick and move, going up top.
LT, what's he going to do here? Spinning head scissors off the top. Landon Thomas, a house of fire to start things off.
And Phil Brown looks shocked. I don't think he expected this at all. Landon Thomas, firmly, I never thought I'd say this, firmly in control of this match. And Phil looks confused, like he needs to rethink his strategy.
You look at Phil Brown's face here, you see a lot of frustration. And you got to think Landon Thomas is just surprising him here. Landon Thomas goes up. Pescado. Phil Brown catches him. That's no good.
This isn't going to end well.
What's he going to do? And he's just going to throw him onto the apron. Look at LT with a kick. LT, springboard. Oh, no. Phil Brown just pulls him right off. LT face first onto the apron, and Thomas is down. And look at the boots here.
Putting the boots to Landon Thomas. This is uncalled for. Phil Brown distracting the referee. This is uncalled for here.
Putting the boots to LT, taking away LT's most vital weapons, his feet.
And just like that, LT in firm control in one move, and suddenly Phil Brown is back in control. And you wonder, with LT apparently grounded now with his legs hurt, if he's going to be able to come back from this.
Phil Brown now in firm control of Landon Thomas in the corner, boots to the gut, and big chops. Phil Brown ripping away at the skin of LT and clubbing blows to the back of his neck. Phil Brown much stronger than Landon Thomas.
Yeah, just using that power and size advantage. Definitely his strongest points with a strong Irish whip into the corner. And now you kind of get the feeling that Phil Brown just be toying around with Landon Thomas at this point.
Brown here in complete control right now. We saw Thomas coming out of House of Fire early on.
Brown sarcastically clapping at the crowd, mocking LT's hometown fans. And now he's clapping LT's hands. This is just uncalled for. It really is.
Kind of shades of Cusick and Landon Thomas from a few months back. But Landon Thomas here has a newfound confidence, a newfound win streak in him, hopefully trying to ride that to victory. Phil Brown now going to whip Thomas in, Irish whip, and a big, looks like almost spin wheel kick, super kick variation by Phil Brown.
I believe Phil calls that Tequila, if I'm saying that properly. Big back leg lariat from Phil, and picking LT up off the mat. Just if you're going to win the match, just put him down. Don't keep abusing him.
1, 2, and Bobby Cruz arguing with Phil Brown here. A 2 count as Phil Brown, like you just said, picking up LT, not allowing him to be counted down for the 3 count. And let's just hope that doesn't come back for Phil's sake to come back and harm him.
At this point, I think it's going to.
This is uncalled for.
And Bobby Cruz, he wanted Phil to pin LT there just to stop this beatdown, but there's nothing he can do to keep Phil from picking him back up again.
Bobby Cruz, keep your eyes on the outside as LT's getting just as much damage done there.
And picking him, actually LT got his foot on the ropes and pressed there, showing some more life from the young superstar here in VCW, but it may be a last-ditch effort there. He may have actually been smarter just to stay down.
So almost a latch-ditch effort by LT there, putting his foot on the ropes, showing some good ring resourcefulness, knowing where he is. But look at Phil Brown, big forearm shots right to the face of Landon Thomas. Now he's going to send him in the corner. Phil, he's going to wait. He's going to charge, big head of steam and an avalanche right in the corner, off the ropes, and a big pump kick. Phil Brown just takes out Landon Thomas.
LT's out cold. This kid is out cold at this point. Just pin him in the match.
This match has got to be over. 1, 2. Oh, and Phil Brown picks him up again. Bobby Cruz, you're going to have to do something here. You're going to have to regulate this. Mr. Quality Control, Jay Douglas Kenzon needs to...
Yeah, where is he now? When LT is just getting abused here?
Conspicuous by his absence here, as it looks like Quality needs to be in control, because Phil Brown absolutely manhandling Landon Thomas and doing whatever he pleases.
And Bobby Cruz really needs to look into stopping this match for Landon Thomas' own safety. He can barely even fight back at this point. I think that Bobby Cruz may need to stop things here before he gets seriously hurt.
But look at the fight deep down in LT, trying to get the crowd behind him here. Phil Brown picks him up, front face lock, and a big suplex. Floats over, 1, 2, and he's going to pick him up again. This is so wrong. End the match now that you have him beat, Phil. Come on.
You can see LT's eyes are rolling back in his head. He's out of it completely. And now Phil Brown choking Landon Thomas, just absolutely uncalled for in every way. This match just needs to be over.
Phil Brown now putting the choke on Landon Thomas, completely unnecessary, as Phil, with that basic suplex, could have put the match away.
Well, I think that Landon Thomas is all but unconscious at this point. Choking him is just it's kind of redundant at this point. He's just showing how dominant he can be at this point.
I mean, we're almost getting to the point here. Referee Bobby Cruz needs to stop the match.
I think we passed that point, honestly, Blake. Landon Thomas is only standing up right now because Phil Brown's holding him up.
Big forearms. Once again, whips him in the buckle. Brown charge. Look at LT. Boot to the face. One last-ditch effort by Landon Thomas, and another one on the charge by Phil.
Maybe Landon Thomas isn't out of it just yet. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Could LT be building some momentum? Phil Brown launches him up. What's he going to do? Oh, my! An awkward kind of Hurricane Rana off the top. Landon Thomas. Is this the opening he needs? Does LT have a chance?
You can tell Landon Thomas' equilibrium is a little knocked off from the blows he's taken in the head. Didn't quite get all that Hurricane Rana, but still a beautiful move there. And got the opening he possibly is, delivering the kicks. Phil Brown missing with those big punches. LT might have a chance here.
Phil throwing haymakers. LT's getting under him. Phil now, reversal. LT rolls through, off the ropes, and a big side kick. Down goes Phil Brown. Here comes Landon Thomas off the ropes. Seated drop kick. Landon Thomas is on a roll. Could this be in lateral press? 1, 2, and a big kick out by Phil Brown. Thomas needs to do a little bit more if he wants to pull this one out. And here he goes with some kicks to the midsection of Phil Brown. Just trying to wear him down. Landon Thomas, what's he got left?
Hooks his leg from the outside. Just as Landon Thomas getting back into it.
He can't do that. Oh, no!
Another big leg lariat, and this has got to be it. Phil just is not putting him away yet.
That could have been it right there with the leg lariat. Phil measuring him up here. We've seen him take out many of VCW superstars all throughout the country with this big super kick. What is Phil Brown going to do here? He's measuring him. LT's going to walk right into it. Down goes Landon Thomas. That's got to do it. 1, 2, 3. And Phil Brown wins this match about 5 minutes too late.
Mercifully, finally this match is over. A big kick to the side of Landon Thomas' head. We may need some medical help out here for Landon Thomas. I don't know if he's even conscious.
Phil Brown wins this match in convincing fashion. And you got to think, for LT's sake, if the reason assault and battery were here, this might be that much worse.
It really would. Right now he only had one person. Imagine if he had 3 or 4 people outside, 3 of whom are large men, 2 of whom are current VCW champions. We may be pulling out here on a stretcher tonight.
So Landon Thomas's 3-match win streak comes to an end, but not without a valiant effort against Phil Brown.
And certainly nothing for Landon Thomas to be ashamed about. Nice run at the end there. Put on a great match. Just overmatched, overexperienced here. But a great run for Landon Thomas. Nothing for him to be ashamed of once he wakes up.
Phil Brown is your winner, and you got to think Phil will probably be looking at a title shot coming up in the near